Hello and welcome back to Wanderland. Today we are back in London in the historical part of St. James and Mayfair, and we're going to have afternoon tea at a hotel called Duke's. Duke's is very famous because apparently this Duke's makes one of the best martinis in all of the world. And it's also supposedly the place where I would like my martini shaken and not stirred was coined. So come along with me down the rabbit hole for a martini afternoon tea. Hello, we made it inside of Duke's restaurant in the Duke's Hotel for afternoon tea. I have been really looking forward to this. I've been here before, but just in the cocktail lounge for one of their world famous martinis. Did you know that Ian Fleming, the author of James Bond, used to frequent here? And he coined the phrase, or it was known that it was coined the phrase here of shaken, not stirred. Pretty exciting. I am sat here at the ultimate low table for my afternoon tea. Last week I was on a high table, so this is a whole new set of things that I have to work around. I am thrilled to be here. I had my reservation at 12 noon today, and no problem, I got sat right away, and I'm in a beautiful conservatory, a glass house overlooking their little courtyard garden. It's just nice in here. It's fancy, but it's approachable, definitely. And I'm sat on this lovely, nice little couch, and I think this is going to be a great place. I'm kind of away from everybody, so I'll be able to talk to you guys so much easier. Afternoon tea is served from Monday through Sunday from 12 to 6 o'clock. The closest underground station is going to be Green Park, and it's just about a 5-minute walk away. And that is served on the Jubilee, Victoria, or Piccadilly line. Prices start at $39.50 for a traditional afternoon tea. It goes up to $49.50 if you'd like a glass of champagne. Or if you're doing what I'm doing today, a martini. You get 3 little mini martinis. Here's my first one. And that goes up to $52.50. I booked my reservation directly with afternoontea.co.uk. It's my favorite place to book for all of my afternoon teas. I'm wearing a Disney-inspired park dress today from one of my favorite dress manufacturers called Rainbow Rules, and their website's called rainbowrules.com, and they are a US company, but they have quick shipping over to the UK, or if you're lucky enough to live in the US now, boy, it's even quicker. I just received my afternoon tea tower, and it looks very nice. It's not very, I would say, fancy. It's maybe elegantly understated. It's a 3-tiered tower with pretty white plates, and on top I see my sweets. In the middle I see my scones, and at the bottom I see all of my savory sandwiches. I'd like to go over the menu right now for the drawing room afternoon tea here at Duke's. So it looks like we're going to start with the savories. And today we have a selection of traditional sandwiches, mustard and dill cured smoked salmon on caraway bread, honey roasted gammon, fig relish, Sussex cheddar on tomato bread, truffled duck egg mayonnaise on white bread, and broccoli, bee pollen, and goat cheese tart. Ooh, that sounds kind of interesting. Next we have our freshly baked plain and sultana scones, and they are going to be served with Rhoda's clotted cream and Tiptree flight preserves. I think I saw that it looked like it was strawberry. And then finally we have an assortment of sweet treats. We have a Jaffa cake, a passion fruit jelly, marmalade, and candied orange, a mango and lime cheesecake, And then we're going to finish it off with pistachio, hazelnut, coffee ganache, and caramel glaze. It looks like a lovely little chocolate treat. So all in all, it looks very nice. Let's get into this afternoon tea. With this afternoon tea, since it's the martini, I get 3 different little martinis. They are so adorable, and I'm so glad that I cannot make a martini as smooth as this at home, or else I would be in big trouble. But since I'm out, it's a Friday. Cheers to everybody, and cheers to you. Wow. Something that's really nice here at the drawing room is that you can have refills on your sandwiches and also different pots of tea. So that's great. So the sandwiches look really tiny, but tininess is not a bad thing. That means I might have more. My first sandwich to start this off is a honey roasted gammon with fig relish and West Country cheddar on a sun-dried tomato bread. It looks quite nice. That was quite delightful, actually. The smoked ham was very smoky, but then you've got the sweetness of the fig jam and the sharpness of that West Country cheddar. Yeah, great sandwich. That is a lovely sandwich that makes you go, wow, my palate is alive and I'm enjoying eating. The afternoon tea here inside the drawing room is very extensive. I'm very impressed with it. What I'll do is that I will take a picture of this menu on both sides, and I will make sure that it's in the community tab on my YouTube page. So if you're interested in seeing that, that's where you'll want to go. But for now, I'm going to show you a little bit on it in a little reel. I'll put it up right now. And while I do that, I will tell you I'm going to probably have a Rubio's tea today because it is summertime. It's a sweet and earthy herbal tea grown on the west coast of South Africa. Sounds perfect to me, and I will let you know what it's like when I have it. Next up is a mustard and dill smoked salmon on brown bread. There it is. I do like that these are a little smaller. The bread does seem like it's been made a little bit before my time here, but it's okay. Looks like there's a couple layers of salmon, so that's a good start. Now that was a positive delight. I have so much smoked salmon sandwiches, but this one, instead of brown bread, it was caraway bread. I noticed that it wasn't brown as soon as I put it up to my mouth to bite it. It's a lovely, unique twist on a smoked salmon sandwich. Really delicious. That caraway, is it a licoricey type thing? How would you describe caraway? It's just something so unique. I really, really liked my salmon on that, and there was plenty of salmon. I was very happy with it. Very nice. For my last of my sandwiches, it is a ducked truffle mayonnaise on white bread. Very nice. Oh yeah. See, duck egg truffle. That's how it should be done. Remember my stage afternoon tea at the Londoner? I do. I was looking for the duck sandwich. It was duck egg like this. I'm so silly. That was a lovely little sandwich, but I didn't really taste any truffle in it. The egg was nicely chopped up, and it was just so creamy and decadent because it was a duck egg. And the softness of the bread was just lovely. It's a great little sandwich. I cannot fault it. I just put my order in for my Rubio's tea, and I'm not going to have any milk or anything with it. I think it's going to be fine without it. And I ordered my second little mini martini, so I don't even know what kind that's going to be. Don't know if I mentioned, but the first one was gin, vermouth, and lemon, but I don't know what this one's going to be. We'll find out when it comes. The last of my savories is a broccoli, bee pollen, and goat cheese tart. It seems like it's a cold tart, but it has the promise of probably being pretty good. That was a lovely little tart. The tart cut very easily with my knife and fork. It wasn't stone cold, it was mildly warm, and the overwhelming flavor was the buttery crust of the tart. You can tell that there's goat cheese in it. You can slightly tell that there's broccoli. But boy, what a lovely, lovely little tart. It was almost like a quiche. You know, the consistency of it was just really, really nice. I enjoyed that very much. All of my savories were very delightful. I didn't have any that I didn't go, ooh, that wasn't good. They were all very nice. I think anybody in your party would probably enjoy any of their offerings here at the drawing room at Duke's. Yeah, very nice. So now it's halftime. Well, I hope you enjoyed your little wander around the restaurant here and the drawing room at Duke's Hotel. It's really nice, isn't it? I mean, it's much smaller than I thought it was going to be, but you know what? It's really pretty in here. I just was served my second martini, and this is a gin with jasmine tea infused one. So this looks very nice. It looks like there's a little peel of lemon as well. So lemony smelling. So I'm going to try this for you right now. I cannot place that taste. But once again, it's terribly smooth. Very nice. I'm sure if you've had jasmine tea, maybe you would taste that more. But boy, it's just lovely. I just received my Rubio's tea, and ooh, it describes it as sweet and earthy, and it's a beautiful kind of orangey color. I've not seen tea this color before, but it smells delightful. It is a very, very earthy, and that color is glorious. I find myself playing peekaboo with this tea tower because I'm up so high and it's down so low. So I've got to pick and choose and try to find my food. So I'm going to start off with my scones now. I have a lovely scone right here. It's a raisin scone, and it looks like it's nice and brown with some powdered sugar on top of it. So let's give it a... Oh. I just tried to take off its head, and he crumbled in my hands. You can't take me anywhere, can you? Good thing I'm by myself here. Upon further ingestion of the second martini with the jasmine infused, it's a little sweet. When you drink it, you taste like a normal martini, but once you have it in your palate for a little bit, it's very, very sweet is the hint that I'm having right now. Oh, it's so great. And the slice of the lemon peel just hits your nose with just that burst of citrus. It is fantabulous, I tell you. We may not be having rabbit juice today, but this is something very special. Jackrabbit juice, I think that's what we called it before. Naughty jackrabbit juice. Cheers. That was a good scone. When I took it to take off its head, it crumbled, but my goodness, it's a crumbly scone. It is not a cakey scone, it's just crumbly. It's sweet enough to give it a little interest, but wow, that is one of my favorite scones that I've had along the way. It's lovely. Strawberry tip-top jam, Tiptree jam, and the Rhoda's clotted cream, which I'm very familiar with. Beautiful, gorgeous, no fault at all with this scone. I am so pleased with it. And I had the raisin ones, which I had. So, good job, good job, good job. We are going on to our sweets right now. This is called a Jaffa cake with pistachio jelly, marmalade, and candied orange. He looks kind of fun. Wow, that Jaffa cake, I should probably stayed till the end of my sweet selection because that's usually the finale flavor that I'm looking for. So it was, on the outside it was dark chocolate, so it had that bitter. Inside was more of a milk chocolate, kind of a moussey type side. And then inside also there was marmalade, so you had that huge hit of orange. And then on top there was some candied orange peel. So if you like chocolate and orange, you'd be very pleased with that gorgeous dessert. It is outstanding in that regard. It was. So my next dessert is a passion fruit and lime cheesecake. There it is. It's on my knife because if it was in my hands, it would just go everywhere. So let's give it a try. When I took a bite of that, I was like, what? On the outside is that mango kind of gelatin, but inside it tastes just like key lime pie. And then we have the graham cracker crust type thing. Oh wow. That was delicious. That was definitely a sleeper hit, I tell you. It was just delightful. For my third and final little martini, I was told that this is gin with vermouth and it's infused with rose tea. Oh, and you could smell the rose. Now normally I don't care for floral flavors, but I'm intrigued. There's a little tiny rosebud on this, so let's try it. How do they do this? You can taste a little bit of floral in the back, but it is so incredibly smooth. It does not burn your throat. It's just absolutely fabulous. Wow. I tell you. I am a martini girl. I really am. For my last treat, it is pistachio, hazelnut, coffee ganache with a caramel glaze. Look at this thing. Oh my gosh. It's so sticky. Oh yes. Hope you can see it. Oh. Let's try to get this on the plate before I drop it. Wow, that was a sticky, rich dessert. All of the flavors meld together, that coffee ganache, the hazelnut, pistachio, and then with a sticky caramel glaze. Ooh, it was, I can't even describe to you other than the consistency of it, which was thick, rich, sticky, very, very sweet, very nice. Had to have some more tea with that. It was a delight. Yes. I enjoyed that last dessert, and I'm glad because I am done. Well, I just finished my afternoon tea here at Duke's in the drawing room, and I really enjoyed my afternoon tea. It was delightful. All of the food was very nicely done, very nicely presented. I think all of the sandwiches had a little twist to them. I really enjoyed that salmon with the caraway bread. That was something that I'll remember for a long time. The star of it, though, were those gorgeous scones. I can't believe how delicious they were. I even had a little bit more of that first scone because it was that good. But the desserts themselves were very, very decadent. And I think for that, I like that cheesecake. I like the lime center of the mango cheesecake. So all in all, I think anybody would be very pleased to come have tea here, and it's so nice and quiet. I think just to get away from the hustle and bustle of London, take some time out for yourself or your family and just have a nice time here. So please like and subscribe, and I would say I would give it this at least a 4 out of 5. I mean, it's very hard to be perfect, but remember, they do give you free refills on your sandwiches and tea, so that's always a plus. So I will see you next time in Wanderland. Bye-bye.